Welcome everyone. This is Bōde's Edmonton real estate market update for June 2022. This video is going to quickly show you what's happening in the Edmonton property market at a high level, and then I'm going to show you where you can find all of the data for your specific community and property type on Bōde.ca. But first, what is Bōde? For those that don't know, Bōde is a tech company that empowers people to buy and sell their own homes. We make it easier and more convenient than ever before. We also save you a lot of money at the same time. So let's dive in. What's happening in Edmonton? So here we're looking at the greater Edmonton area and all residential listings. And we're looking at the number of new listings to come to market each month for the last 4.5 years. You can see here the bright pink line shows you 2022. And in the last couple of months, there's been more listings than there'd typically be for this time of year. And in May, new listings are up 23% versus the average of the last 4 Mays. So quite a few new listings, not quite as many as the previous month, but still a high number and big relative to historical norms. And then at the same time on the sales side, sales are up 47% versus the average of the last 4 Mays. But you can see that they've dropped here from the levels of the previous 2 months. So they were incredibly high the previous 2 months, and they started to come back down now a little bit, but still, again, very high compared to previous years. So sales are still very strong, but not quite as strong as they have been, and new listings are staying high. So overall, for inventory, that means the total number of homes for sale has actually increased quite a lot. Still low, again, 14% down versus the average of the last 4 Mays, but it's really starting to come back up more towards normal levels here. So as inventory increases, that creates more competition for sellers and gives more options to buyers. So then if we take a look at months of supply, we can see months of supply is also a similar picture. That's starting to increase here. So again, months of supply tells us, given the current amount of inventory for sale and how fast homes are selling, how many months would it take to sell through all of the available inventory? That metric has been at historical lows for the last few months, but starting to increase quite quickly. So again, as inventory is coming back up and sales start to slow a little bit, then months of supply starts to increase. So this is really capturing the fact that it's still a very good market to be a seller. However, the market's starting to shift back more towards being balanced. Still not balanced yet, but shifting back in that direction. So what does all of that mean for prices? Well, clearly the market's starting to slow down a little bit from where it's been in the last few months. And we can see that here in what's happening with prices. So this graph shows the price trend for the last 17 years. In the most recent time period, the prices have basically stayed flat month over month. So after quite a few months of increasing prices, they've now slowed down completely, but they're still up 9.2% year over year. So a lot of gains have been made in the last year, which is great, but right now price is starting to slow down a little bit. So where can you find all of the data that you need, whether you're trying to keep track of the value of your home or whether you're interested in buying or selling right now? Well, we've got 3 great tools for you on Bōde.ca. So the first tool is called Market Data, and here's where you can see what's on the market and what's sold by community. So you can see the same supply, demand, and price trends that we've been looking at, but for your specific community. So check that out over at our Market Data page. Then we've got a tool called Sold Data, and this is where you can find out what any home in Alberta has sold for in the last 11 years. So if you want to see what your neighbor's home sold for, you can check out the Sold Data page. Finally, we've got our comparables tool where you can enter the 8 features of your home and see the most similar live listings and the most similar sold listings. This will give you a really good feel for what your home might be worth. So check all of that out at Bōde.ca. And if you'd like to continue to get our market reports, make sure to subscribe to our channel here by clicking the bell icon under this video. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Thanks very much.